We basically have a bunch of young Groyper idiots who are staffing the Republican politicians' campaigns and their cabinets and stuff. Well, now that's all coming to a head because, you're seeing them tweet casual Nazi memes, subtle hidden Heil Hitler stuff, remigrate, which is just a euphemism for ethnic cleansing. Now you have the Department of Homeland Security is trying to start a race war based on fake news and lies. Here's one example right here. So Homeland Security tweets the following. If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. So they tweet this video. We're going to take a look at this video. Ready? So it's a 10-second video. I'm going to mute it because it's copyright music that's playing. But it says on the screen here, ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all. And so it's a group of black kids, black teenagers, and this one's trying to make like a scary looking face or whatever, and cover, putting the mask over his mouth. But the idea is, it looks like they're sort of threatening ICE. They're threatening ICE and saying we're working with the cartels or whatever to make $50,000 by killing you. So look at this. Ready? Now again, look at how young these black kids are. I'm actually not even sure. Some of them might not even be teens, right? Like they might be teens, but some of them look like they might even be younger. This could be like a 12-year-old, right? But Homeland Security tweets this out. Okay, ready for the reality? Here is the original video that they fucking changed the text on. So this was tweeted in the wake of Trump attacking Iran. This was tweeted. This video with the text, "You seen what we can do. Don't say something that you can't finish, Iran. We are already united. We all stand. We want all the smoke." So here we go. So this was a video, like a bunch of... Kid's got fucking braces. Again, he's like 12 years old. This is a video of... If anything, it's sort of like... I don't think these people are outright political, but it's sort of like a subtle pro-Trump thing, if anything. Because they're basically like joking and threatening Iran here. And pretending like, yeah, you want to fuck with us? Like, we'll fuck you up. We're America. So if anything, it's like a tacit agreement with Trump illegally bombing Iran. And Department of Homeland Security just lied and now put a fucking target on this kid's back by pretending he's threatening ICE agents. This is so fucking irresponsible, but they don't care. They're trying to spark a fucking race war, is what they're trying to do. Trying to get a black teen, if that, maybe a black 12-year-old, killed. All right, ready? So here's the kid. The young man responds.
So I'm getting these mad messages from my DMs and social media and on my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted in my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, yeah. I get threats daily on IG and everywhere all over my social media all of a sudden due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. Iran, that was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously, it's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted in my account, then I was like, what the fuck? Well, didn't I post this like months ago? Then I seen the caption, and then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft from months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Here's the fucked up part. The federal government is involved for something that I didn't do. Like, what? So this is what they reposted off my TikTok. That video got taken down. So here's what they reposted on their page. That video was going crazy as hell on Twitter, bro. Now I'm a threat to the government for something that I didn't do, bro. Now I'm being called a wannabe YN, a wannabe gangster over a video that I didn't caption or I didn't post. So thankful my followers for letting me know about this, because seriously, this is getting out of hand. Like, literally, this is going crazy, viral all over social media right now. Probably might end up being on the news, bro. So my apologies for that contradiction and rumors from happening. I know my First Amendment, but I did not post that video. So to clear that out, I did not post that video, and I apologize for all the rumors that is going around right now on social media about this conflict.
They smeared this kid and they defamed this kid, and now he's got to come out and be like, wait, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. It was a joke video against Iran. Think about how crazy this is. Like, the lack of accountability, the lack of common sense, the lack of concern for others. I mean, it literally is just like groiped up fucking idiots running the Department of Homeland Security account. I'm sure other fucking accounts. You got white nationalists and Proud Boys and Klansmen and all sorts of shit getting the positions at ICE, basically like deputized fucking redneck street thugs. And like, look at what they're trying to do. These are not people that are interested in creating a better country, like improving the country for people. These are people that are interested in fucking division and hatred is what they are. And so here we are. Now, by the way, there will probably be zero fucking accountability for this. Zero consequences for this. Because you see what happens. The other week, you had the Republicans group chat leak, and they're saying shit like, I love Hitler, and let's put our enemies in the gas chamber. And J.D. Vance comes out and says, boys will be boys, kids will be kids. Meanwhile, the chat is for people between ages 18 and 40. I'm fucking 37. I could technically be in the young Republicans group chat, right? And J.D. Vance is defending it. So if they can't even condemn I love Hitler and let's put our enemy in the gas chambers, and they called NBA basketball monkey ball and shit, what are the chances that somebody's going to step in and hold the fucking groiped up idiot running that account accountable? Next to nothing. Next to zero. Next to zero. And so now this kid's got to walk around thinking, shit, is somebody going to fucking murder me over a fake video that I didn't say the things in that video? I wasn't fucking threatening ICE? It's just incredible, man. It's just incredible. We are so far gone. We are so through the looking glass. It's just incredible, man. It's just incredible. We are so far gone. We are so through the looking glass. This country is so fucking cooked by these absolute hateful little spiteful, wretched cretins who are trying to usher in fascism as quick as possible.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rucha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to the other elders and brethren. Shalom to you, few sisters, you supporters of this truth. Shalom to the elect. Yeah, I want to go on this video real quick. This video came from, where did this come from? DHS threatens race wars with fake video of black teen, the Kyle Kolinsky show. This is the first time I've seen this show. It looks like it got pretty good content. It's got a couple million views. But in that video, this literally was from, if we go back here, this literally was from Homeland Security's page. So somehow, they got AI now and they making that mischief work. So somehow they took this young man's video and transformed it into something more terroristic. And look at the faces that they're using. So they're trying to use a back door to come against us. And we know they're going to try to use a lot of this to persecute us. They just need, the tools to ramp it up. So when we start talking about certain things, then we can be targeted. So you already know there's going to be things said that we didn't say. But because people hate us so much, they're going to agree and going to believe it anyway. So you can see the persecution that's going to come our way, right? The IUIC marching to the different churches. At the end of the day, the Lord is doing it. But this is all going to start ramping up things, and it's going to make people sure enough hate us, right? And we've seen this in the ancient times. Well, John 15 says the world hated me, talking about the Israelites. No, it hated me before it hated you. So when they come at us, this is what it is. And this young man, they don't know any better. They just young children or young kids or boys, sons, right? They're out there, free time, TikTok, nothing else better to do. He's talking about Iran. Come on, man. Right? And this is what happens when the parenting in the home. So anyway, we're going to read a couple of scriptures, because there's no way I would have my sons out there, in that kind of behavior, man. Anyway, Psalms 21:11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined mischief, So what is mischief? Which I already know that. Let's go look that up real quick. They imagine devices against you, evil, right? That's what mischief is: evil, misery, distress, injury. Yeah, that's the Edomites, man. You know, the scriptures in Hebrews, that's some scriptures I'm going to quote, maybe. I believe the 12th chapter, and it says, is there such a profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright outside the temple? Disgusting, right? This is his mindset. Create problems, right? Come with solutions to these problems, right? So basically, everybody should know DHS means Department of Homeland Security. Seems like going all the way back to the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA. We're not going to go into the towers and what happened there and the situation. You can look that up if you believe that and how it went down. Another way to wage war in Jake, right? And all the militias, right? This is what it's coming down to. The Lord is blowing the trumpet, man. You know, things are going to start changing. I had to bring this out. Psalms 21:11. I'm talking about bring this story out. So they literally took the young man's video, gave him showed that look, and they really want to make us the terrorists. Now, before it was Habib and certain Muslims. Well, now they're transforming that thing and making it to be us. So now we're going to be the threat. And you know why we're the threat. Look up Simeon Toko. They know about the angels, them top elites, the angels of the Lord, man. They know about those so-called IFOs, as they say, UFOs. They know who's in there. And they know who our Savior is. They know where we come from. And they know who we are. And this is why they plastered Christianity on us. Gave us a white Jesus, which at that time, nobody said his color didn't matter. They literally forced us to believe it. And now we're changing everything that they set up. Right? But in the eyes of the public, they have to do it in a schemy type of fashion. Let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. Well, 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, this is milk scripture here, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now I say milk scripture. These are scriptures I learned when I first came in, but they're still just as strong today. In fact, milk is meat to some people who don't see this. And this is what I try to do these videos for. Edification. And for people who are new and don't know what Hebrew Israelites are about and need the whole story, right? This is what our job is, as we believe men of the Lord, right? And then we'll go into further understanding, like devices. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices is another word for schemes, tricks, right? Let's go there. We're not, right, his schemes, thought or purpose, right? Perception, purpose, implication, intellect, disposition, derived from exert mental, properly mind, especially final output, right? So it's schemes, sneakiness, right? That's Esau for you, man. You got to know who your enemy is. We're the only people that don't know who our enemy is, right? Everybody else got an enemy, which is us. But to some degree, when it comes to power, everybody has an enemy. America has an enemy, right? This is why they set up a DHS. You know, these elites, they set up all these alphabet things. They all fronts, but they need to filter it on down. CIA, FBI, you know, those things. The alphabet crew, right? But everybody has an enemy. But you don't. We can. And it's crazy how they fight us on this thing with the people in the land who kick people out of the land to put themselves in the land, and they all look the same. Although we were supposed to be scattered abroad, but you know, this is what it is. And they teach that anybody must come under them if they want to be saved. So I don't get it. We're the only ones that are not allowed to stand up and say we're the people of God. And that's what it is. And they're going to use guys like this to wage war on the children of Israel. And we told you it's coming. That's why the Lord say, pray not for this people. And so now he's kind of begging for his life. He don't know what the hell is going to go down. He's scared. And he probably ought to be. And, you know, when it comes to so-called black people, the world is ready to wage war on you. Now, mind you, YNs was created. Make no mistake. That was created. Right? That was all created through social media, music, entertainment. That was created. But first, it's a ploy, so to speak, to remove the faction that keeps the home together. And that's the father. Father is what actually family means. The father, the family, the head of the house. They needed him out of the way. Right? The patriarch. Right? Get him out of the way. And then we can infuse freedom. Right? For the woman, the young women, they got freedom. It's their bodies. They can do what they want, their choices. But they can't do what they want because they need to vote to get abortions. Right? They need to go to the doctor when they get burnt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not making proper decisions. But what they've done is they gave all this freedom, and all this freedom brings destruction because nobody should have that much freedom, especially young men and women. So then this is what you see. So they introduced, right, rap music, which has been going on, but more of a ramped up version of thugging, and they made it cool, right, to be a thug. So they pay this money. You got to remember, whatever they pay and whatever they fund, people want because it represents wealth and another god, right? If they came out with a fashion with a big cone and you stuck it on your head and that cone cost $400 and rappers was doing it and walking around, well, guess what? Everybody would put cones on their heads, right? And rappers, and they'll walk around and doing it. So the bottom line I'm saying is there's no guidance. The fatherless. And that's why the Lord has called his elect, right? He's calling his elect back, right? To be free from this sickness, man. And this is why we're going to need protection. Now, in all the rest of the world, they're just going to fight Esau, right? Like Jake. Jake is going ready to take up arms, and he's going to get tired of Esau. He's going in. Let's get that really quick in Job 20. Job 20. I don't mean to be long with this video. I just give my commentary, I guess. Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So you're going to have other nations coming upon Esau, especially Jake. Jake, the Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans, even some white people, right? That might be Jake. They may look white. I mean, then you're going to have an insurrection in general. So it's going to get ugly, right? It's going to get ugly. Proverbs 6 and 16. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abomination to him: haughty eyes, lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breatheth out lies. So a lot of Christians say, well, Esau could be saved. Well, the book of Obadiah already tells you that's not happening, right? A false witness who breathes lies, and one who sows discord amongst brothers. Right? So the Lord hates these things, man. Now, when you read Romans 9, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau, right? The Lord hated Esau. Let's go here. Where I want to go next. Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it isn't in the power of their hand. So this scripture is self-explanatory. This tells you exactly what it is. This is going to be a tool used to come against us. Right? Why do you think AI was created in the first place? People are joking with it, making fun out of it, enjoying it. It comes with a cost, though. It comes with a price. And that's your freedom. And this is why we understand, as I read, we're not ignorant of his devices, his designs. Right? He's setting it up for you to be comfortable with it. You know, you become addicted to it. You didn't need it. Right? And it's going to try to put you back in subjection. Right? They know what they're doing. They think, and they're really working with the Lord. Right? But on the left-hand side, they're working through Satan on the left-hand side. So you ain't got a chance if you ain't with the Lord, man. You ain't got a chance. Hang it up. Anyway, Ephesians 6:10, finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. Remember, I just read 1 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of his schemes. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against the cosmic powers over the present darkness. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing you can do. You can take up your arms and your rifles. Do you know Esau got weaponry from World War I and World War II? We talking back in the 1920s. That'll blow this city up? Come on, man. You people, man, you got the Willie Deers and all those guys. Willie D, you know, and the Black Rebels and Sandetta. You think you're going to do something with this man, with the technology that he has? Then he got whenever technology is released, they already had it. You didn't have it. Okay. The reason why empires rose and fell is because of the Lord intervened. Other than that, we'll still be in Assyrian, Babylonian captivity, right? Anyway, it goes on to say, against forces of evil and darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand that evil day, Jacob's trouble, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth. So that, you know, when you imagine this, he's telling them, you know, soldiers, you know, they would have the armors, and he's doing the same thing Yahushua said, pretty much. He would take something carnal and turn it into something spiritual. Yeah, you got your gun, you got your vest, you got this. And then he would say, just for an example, when he talked about the fiery darts, like the bullets. Yeah, there you go. I was going to bring that example up. It says, stand therefore, having a face fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. Right? Take in all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. You see what I'm saying? And take the helmet of salvation. So he's making a comparison to armor. You know what I'm saying? Defense. Make your defense spiritual is what he's saying. We're not going to go out there and fight them, man. We're not going to march. We're not going to say we shall overcome, which we know we will overcome. All of Israel will overcome, right? Eventually. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that out. Probably not too much I could say in this video, but as you saw it, they took a young man's video, flipped it, and made it more of a terroristic video. What kind of sick people would do this? Well, Nahum 3:1. Babylon is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. That's all.